All right, hello, and welcome back to the Crossword vlog, aka Clog, Thursday edition, and slight advanced knowledge edition. That this Thursday might not be the type of Thursday that we're going to beat 8 minutes and 8 seconds on. I've heard complaints about the theme, complaints about the fill, um, and yeah, the fill complaints are more important for the speed solving part of this, where it may be challenging to bust through all of the bad fill in under 8 minutes. So I would say at a high level, don't get your hopes up too high. Um, but we are in an okay position outside of that advanced knowledge. So you never know. Maybe I will magically be able to get through all that. From a grid shape perspective, I do see some sort of suspicious indicators. One is this block of three, which is a little strange seeming. I don't know, it seems like the constructors may be struggling to find a way to fill this grid. And but this corner could be easy to break into. You never know. I'm gonna actually put my glasses on for the occasion. Take a sip of my yerb. Make sure the timer is visible. All right, let's get it started. Um, Org with probes. Um, Slap together, maybe? And this could be NASA, as in maybe oils, maybe? Um, Channel for watching ESPNU. Nope. Um, this must be Tails, so theme stuff. Plain toast. Maybe a unit? Mayo to mayo. What? That's Naker, I think. One CPA, they're busy. In pen. As a result, halting speakers. Okay. Tasty. An item on a docket, maybe? Mia Goth. What? Something a waiter. Heats, I guess. Nice chunk of dough. Mm, I'll come back to that. Boiling, or something like that. And I have no idea what that is. That's plum, umeshu. Sharp set, maybe S here. Fill fully. Might come in a saucer. I think like milk or something. Musting feature. Okay, I'm gonna come back up here. San Mateo Bay? I don't know if that's a thing. Maybe ER ending. Um, Oz. That was L. Frank Bomb. Oh, bubbling. MTA. Uh, Mind your own business. Draw tight. Okay. Maybe like an aquanaut? Is that a thing? Equip someone with something? I could believe that. Resides a long time ago. Uh, that's 9. That's like nueve. This could be mope, lives or something. San Pablo, maybe? Muy bueno. Turn. Kierkegaard. He's a philosopher. Not get something. Gladius, maybe? That seems a little on the nose. Musical pitch. An octave. That's not gonna fit. Maybe ed ending. Primate for humans. I'm just can. Field. Could be area with the A off. Can get in the way of what? No one, I guess. My neighbor Totoro. Um, the kingdom, phylum, order, that sort of stuff. Lacking, bereft of, not see, maybe. Bereft of. Top brass, I guess. Single elim. Arlo, I think, is a thing. Plaid. Ali Raisman? Is that a thing? Isms here. Cattle prods. Bike and bike plus. Not C. Pelotons, I guess. Butt out. Interval. Live to? Does that make sense? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that actually makes sense. I'm gonna come back to that. Uta, I guess. Totten. I don't know if entries make sense, but that could be Uranus. Annual flowers. Obstructed. Sharp set. This could just be sad. Overheard. That's okay. Hats could be ending with S. Maybe seep. Kind of arch that resembles the shape. Maybe lids here. Decor. Maybe T-top. Side. Take. Overhead. Oh, a loft maybe? Face? I don't know if that makes sense. Something at, though? Area. That must be. Odometer. Look. Look something at. Agoraphobia, maybe? Obstructed. Okay. This could be CNN. Occluded. Acro. Saturn, it must be. This looks bad, but I'll come back to that area. Icing. Pull out a chair. A thou. Iota, okay. OG, I think. This might come in a saucer. I'm just gonna put aloft there. Turn. Yeah, that feels weird. Mm, took a dig at, I guess. Half tone, okay. Liveth, sure. Alfred, mm, sharp set. Filthily. Could be sate, I guess. Um, a spade might come in a saucer. A lane, maybe? Tens. Alien? Penned? Alright. Honestly, that felt really fast, but I did lose 2 minutes of time there. Let's go ahead and enter that. Yeah, I felt like I was, some miracles were happening for me on the fill there. I understand vaguely part of the theme, I guess. Let's go ahead and look at the puzzle. I just knew that letters were missing. I don't know what they had to do. I understand the out part. Um, so can it do that animation for me again? What? Okay. I just don't know why it's these particular ones. I think that's what was confusing me. It felt very random which things I was pushing out of the side of the puzzle into the four sides of this puzzle. So let's just look at one of these sides. Okay, so this was um, SEAT, so like the seat. And then this one was REAR. Okay. So it's the letters spell something sort of related to that. Okay. Yeah, it seems a little too clever for its own good. I think what got me was the fact that there's not really a rhyme or reason for the specific ones that were getting kicked out. I mean, it is symmetrical, it seems, but it felt just like they were randomly placed. Um, and uh, also, yeah, I, I don't know. It, yeah, like that's why I sort of said it felt like I was getting some miracles of just like intuiting that, okay, I think the right answer is going to be this, and so there must be an extra letter there. But the specific pattern of where things were getting kicked out was a complete mystery to me. And in order to make this work, I think a lot of uh, liberties were taken with the fill. I I feel um, a lot of proper nouns, things that are, known to me purely from crosswords. So like the only reason I was able to solve this puzzle was like years and years of solving experience. Stuff like OG um, is not something I know for any reason other than I've gotten got by it in crossword puzzles. Um, or like Uta. And then having that cross things like Totten, which is not really a word. Like tot is definitely a word, but Totten is certainly not a word. Um, or like isms crossing alley. Like I know isms is like technically a valid crossword word, but it really is not a valid real word. And then single a limb be included like this with no indication that it's an abbreviation is very weird to me. Um, yeah, then Arlo Guthrie crossing this, just um, very bad form in my opinion. Just tons and tons of like proper nouns that are not known to everyone. Um, and then I guess maybe they felt bad about that, so they were like, "Oh, like we're doing too many names. Let's not clue Pablo with like Pablo Picasso or something like that." And instead, let's clue it in relation to a bay that me, as a San Francisco native, am not even familiar with. I just don't understand that decision at all. Aquanaut. I think I could imagine enjoying that word in different contexts, but I I think the rest of the fill around it needs to be good in order for me to see this as a bit of whimsy rather than this is sort of a BS word that doesn't really exist. Um, when it's crossing a lot of random stuff. And then turn topsy-turvy. What what was the thing here? Upend. I see. Yeah, see, that's the problem with the theme, in my opinion, is that like I just didn't even realize that this was one that I didn't realize was a themer when I was opening it or answering it. I was just like, well, I guess maybe penned somehow maps to that. And that's part of me, trying to do things quickly. I could have sat down and tried to analyze the pattern of all these things, but because there's no like a visual that ties these together, it's very time consuming when you're solving the puzzle. There's no like circles or whatever, which maybe would make things too obvious, but um, trying to like read this and put together that I was like, oh, this is an R, this is an M, this is a P, maybe it's trying to spell a word. It's just a little much to ask of your solvers, I think. Yeah, uh, I see. It's Mayo to Mayo, May to May is one año, which is a year. Yeah. Honestly, I cannot say I was a fan of this puzzle. Oh yeah, this is another one that I didn't realize was a themer. And that's the problem when you do these sort of subtle themes like this. I just sort of fill something in. I'm like, well, this doesn't quite make sense, but there's a lot of parts of this puzzle that don't quite make sense. Um, and so I'm just gonna put in a thing that I know is a word and hope that it somehow maps. Um, so where does that leave the rating? Um, I'm gonna give this one a 3.5 out of 10. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.